Hey there, I'm Marcus. I'm back in the Decaffeinated Horror Studio, where today we're going to be opening up the 4K Blu-ray release of Dario Argento's Phenomena. Thanks for joining me for episode 5 of my vlog. Every week here, I open up Giallo and Italian horror films on Blu-ray, and we have an exciting one to look at today. Now, in episode 1, we looked at Dario Argento's Opera, the 1987 movie, which Severin Films did a beautiful release of. So this week, I thought it'd be fun if we looked at Phenomena, the 1985 Argento movie. Synapse Films a while back put out a beautiful 4K Blu-ray release of it. And, there are a lot of similarities, there are a lot of parallels that we can draw between these two movies. They both had a young female lead. They both had a similar soundtrack with an interesting mix of different musics. And they were from that same time period where Dario Argento had a lot of money to work with in his movies. It was very self-indulgent in his the strange directions he went in the movies. Never a bad thing. And Argento's Phenomena, this is going to be a lot of fun to look at. All right. Well, before we open up this beautiful looking 4K Blu-ray release of Phenomena, let's talk about the movie itself. Now, it is the 1985. It's a Giallo slash Italian horror film starring Jennifer Connelly in her first lead role at the age of 13, if you can imagine that. So her character is sent to the Swiss Academy for Girls by her rich, famous father. And while she's there, a series of murders occur. She becomes involved in the mystery and trying to solve it. She gets connected with Donald Pleasance, who is an insect expert, and she has telepathy where she can communicate with insects. So together they are like the amateur detectives in the movie trying to, figure out what's going on. So like I said, it is a giallo. I mean, there's black gloves that the killer wears at one point. There's a murder at the beginning, which is a bit of a mystery. You have your amateurs detectives trying to figure it out. Some people, they don't think it's a giallo. It's more of an Italian horror, they say, because of I don't know if it's supernatural element, but Jennifer Connelly's character does have telepathy. She communicates with insects and can control them in the movie. So, but this movie is pretty crazy. It has everything. It has a chimp with a razor. I mean, it has a bunch of violent deaths. It has jump scares. It has twists upon twists. Um, it's probably Argento's most batshit movie, to be honest, or bug shit, I guess would be more appropriate. But so it's a really interesting movie, and we're gonna rip this thing open now and take a look at the Blu-ray. All right, well, let's get started. Get into this. I do really like this movie a lot. Has a lot of Argento trademarks. There's all sorts of violent deaths. There's glass breaking, of course. There's a slow motion death through glass that you have to see. Plus, it has the kind of detective work and plot revelations that can only happen in a Dario Argento movie. All right, here we go. Let's rip into this. Now, this looks really cool. Now, I did not get the version. There's a version with a slipcase and a poster, which is kind of hard to find and more expensive anyway. Now, if this was Suspiria or one of my top 3 Argento movies, I would pay the extra money for that. As this is a really good top, like second tier movie. I'm okay. I'm just very excited to have this in the 4K release. So let's take a look at this here. All right, so there are 2 versions of the movie. There's this one. There's the 117-minute Italian cut, and it has also, audio commentary from Troy Howarth, who directed or wrote rather a book on Argento. He wrote one on Mario Bava, I think, as well. And then he wrote a series of 3 Giallo books that everyone loves, which I love. They're great. So there's a feature-length documentary on here about the movie. There's the trailers, image galleries, of course, and there's the Jennifer music video that Dario directed. So let's look at this. Here we go. Both have 2 discs there with different images on it. Now, Okay, and disc two, this one has two cuts of the movie, the 110-minute international cut. I'm not sure what's cut from that. But then there's the Creepers cut. This was the movie. It's like 83 minutes long. It was released in America that way, briefly in the theaters, but then on home video. A lot was cut. Now, here's my history with this movie. I never saw it when I first, like, I saw it in the video stores and I never rented it because it was called Creepers. There was a bunch of bugs in the title. And at the time, I was in the slasher movies. I didn't want to watch a bug horror movie. So I never did. I never did rent it. And then once I become an Argento fan, I, of course, checked it out. But there are a lot of other great features on here. And of course, his fun little Synapse catalog, which, oh, that's kind of cool. Some of these I'm sure are out of print, but my philosophy on buying Argento movies, since he's one of my favorite directors, is top tier movies. I have to get the 4K with all the bells and whistles, the super packaging. This movie is right below that tier. I love it. I really think you should buy it if you're an Argento fan, but I'm okay having the 4K without this slipcover and poster. It'd be nice, but this looks like it's going to really be worth the money, and I can't wait to watch this. It's a beautiful movie, bonkers colors. It's going to look great in 4K on the big screen. So, yeah, Phenomena. Check it out. Hey, I thought it might be fun to open up another Blu-ray this week. When I ordered Phenomena from Synapse, I decided to get another movie. Now, it's not an Italian horror movie. It's not a Giallo. It's just a fun slasher movie, and it's not going to go on the decaffeinated horror movie shelf, of course, but I just thought it'd be fun to open it as a little bonus content. So yeah, it's the early 80s, 80, 81 slasher movie Prom Night, starring Jamie Lee Curtis and Leslie Nielsen. So this is a fun movie. It's a great little slasher movie with a high body count. It's like 8 people, I think, get killed during it. Yeah, and now there is a fair amount of like extended dance scenes and disco music in this movie, which does pad it out a bit. So if you're just in for the slashing, some people don't like that, but I don't know. This is a fun movie. It's a really sentimental favorite of mine. I have a soft spot in my heart for this. So yeah, so this is the brand new 2K transfer from the 35 millimeter original negative. And it has some cool features. It has commentary for audio commentary from the director and screenwriter. It has the additional scenes that were shot for the TV or included in the TV broadcast of the movie. So I don't know. I just thought it'd be fun to own this. It was a reasonable price. And let's take a look here. It's only one disc, but hey, yeah, look at that. That looks cool. And we do have a reversible. I'm very fond of these. If longtime viewers will know. Reversible sleeve there. So yeah, this is a fun movie. Not for all taste. Not for decaffeinated horror taste normally, but yeah, it's a good movie though. So if you're into slashers, you could do a lot worse than buying Prom Night. Thanks for joining me this week. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed looking at Phenomena, the new release from Synapse Films. This weekend, as I'm recording this, Memorial Day weekend, Synapse Films is having a big sale on their website. So they enticed me. I placed an order already. So in a future episode, we'll be looking at another movie released from Synapse Film, another Dario Argento movie. It looks beautiful. This is a super release. I can't wait to check it out. Plus, I do got to get back to doing the Giallo Essentials box sets. We covered 2 of them, and we still have 3 more I'd like to look at, and a whole host of other things. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe on YouTube. Feel free to comment there, or find me on Blue Sky, Twitter, Facebook, all the places. I really look forward to hearing some feedback. So, hey, we'll see you again next week. A new Dario Argento movie, the decaffeinated horror movie shelf. And Prom Night. Get out of here. See you next week.